From the Papa Junk Shop. Went to an auction over the weekend and come home with a couple of items. Actually, I went to the auction to see about a tumbler. Somebody I know works at a plant where they tumble parts, and they change their media every once in a while, and they asked him if he wanted the old stuff they took out. So he brought it home to me. One of these barrels full. And in the auction they had a tumbler, and it looked pretty good size, but when I got there it was just little and it went for too much anyways. But I wound up coming home with a shaper. I always kind of wanted one. I have that little baby grizzly one, which works pretty nice, so I thought a real shaper might be even nicer yet, even though I don't have any more space in my shop. But you guys know how it is, you just can't help yourself. So I managed to score that. And years ago I had one of these at the auction. They called it a plumber's torch. It's a little Prestolite torch, runs on acetylene. It just uses the doesn't use oxygen, just acetylene and air, and they're kind of nice for heating things, and some light silver soldering and brazing. So I kind of wished I had mine back, so I was able to score that at the auction for, I only get $5 for it. It's got about a half a tank of stuff in it, so pretty happy with that. So put you up on the tripod and go through some of this shaper a little bit. Okay, I tried to find some stuff out on the internet about this, and I didn't really come up with anything. I got what they call an owner's manual, which doesn't amount to very much. There is a parts list and instructions on how to change the spindle, and some safety instructions. But a little bit I did find out, seemed like they were pretty good machines, but the place is out of business now. But I think most everything is just off the shelf parts. Probably anything you need probably could make yourself if you're very handy anyways. So it says that it's a 3 horsepower, 2 speeds, 660 and 8,300. Size of the spindle 1 inch, 3/4 inch, and 1/2 inch. Vertical travel is 3 inches plus 1 inch override. And table area is 30 by 22. And if making it heavy makes it good, it says the net weight's 405 pounds. I believe that. Gross weight 572, because when we went to put it on a truck it took 4 of us. So it was wired direct in. I just got the end shoved in my 220 extension cord, so sounds pretty good. And let's see, we got a spindle lock here. So if I unlock that, this way puts it down, and this way raises the spindle. Seems to work good. We got forward and reverse. That's the motor. Yeah, looks pretty good sized motor. So it probably is a 3 horse. I can't see the tag. And the guards are You know, loosen these and you can move this. And then each one of them is adjustable with a fine adjustment here, so you can offset them. And this allows you to move these fences in close to your cutters. And thank goodness that there was a bookshelf right near this, mounted on the wall, and an Amish gentleman bought those books. And when we were loading this, he was getting ready to take it out of the auction. He was getting his books out of the shelves, and he says, "Hey, I think this stuff goes with your shaper, because this is just the way it was when I bought it. That's all I got." All this stuff was on a shelf, and he was decent enough to fix me up with it. So there's a homemade dust collector thing. I think I could do a little better than that. And this guard, I'm thinking, goes right there. And this will adjust up and down to cover the spindle. And a spindle wrench. And I'm thinking that this probably goes on there to mount here and here to mount some of these hold downs, I think. And he also told me that this is a spindle bolt that goes up through the spindle. So apparently they're not using that. There's another one of those. This must be the other one of those. One of those. Another wrench. Oh, I even got a little breaker bar with it. One of those. Allen wrench. Fits that. There's two of them. Actually, there's three of them. Not sure what this is. It might be a homemade accessory. May never know what that's for. No, I got two of them. Oh, good. Couple more Allen wrenches. And a spindle. And a spacer. So, let's take a look, see here what we got going. So, it looks like if I take, let's see, there's a spindle lock here around the side. Actually, I'm going to pull a plug here, just in case. Okay, so the spindle lock is not, I think it's bent. It's not latching in like it's supposed to. So that's something I'm going to have to look into. But let's see what we got spindle-wise here. Oh, this miter thing has got a dovetail on it, so that's kind of neat. There. spacer. Okay, there's two cutters, carbide tip cutters. Look to be in good condition. Stacked. Another spacer. And this must be the 1/2-inch spindle. This must be the 3/4. And I guess I didn't get the inch one. So, of course, let me chuck some of this stuff back in the box. Yep. So apparently, sort of fits. Let's see. So I go. I see why they want you to have that spindle lock. Of course, I don't know what I'm doing, so you guys don't need to watch me struggle with that. I'll turn it off and show you. Okay, I finally got it figured out. Once I was able to hold the spindle, then this come right out. But it's a double nut deal, and this is tapered, and this drawbar should be in there to pull that down, and you extra secure it with this nut, I guess, more or less. And then the top side would hold all that on. So I'm just going to set that stuff back on there for now. And of course, a few hours later at the auction, on a different table, not anywhere near where this was, they had the cutters for the shaper in a box, and it came with a Greenfield tap wrench. Kind of nice, but I got some cutters for it. And it looks like about a 3/8 carbide cutter. What do we got here? Oh, that's a big one there. That's got to be, I don't know, let me grab a ruler. Yeah, that's an inch. And there's this big that says cope cut. That's a carbide one. Feels pretty sharp. That measures about an inch and 5/8. Okay, this is a decorative one. I don't know how good you guys are going to be able to see that. And there's two more on this side. This is another decorative one. And another plain one. This one measures about 3/8 too. Okay, this one looks like, well, there's a paper in there. Drawer glue joints. And let's see, this one's got two in it. Spacer. And then we got another decorative one. I don't know, they got names for these, but I don't know what they are. OG or something. And there's another round over. They all look like they're in good shape. I don't see any chips or don't look like they've been burned or anything. And there's this guy here. Doesn't look like this one's been used very much at all. It has been used, but not much. So, and then there's this little guy here. Just a high-speed steel or whatever. I don't even see a name on it. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pretty nice carbide cutters for it. So I think I'm gonna look into that spindle lock, why that's not working, and do a little clean up, and maybe I'll give her a little dab of paint, make her look pretty. But I don't think I'm going to disassemble it other than that lock, because I think it's pretty good shape. Sometimes you can do more damage by tearing things apart to restore them and just leave them alone. So I think that's the route I'm going to go. See you in a bit. Okay, I made some progress with the shaper. I sanded it down and gave it a little coat of paint, and made a roller cart for it so I can move it around now. The darn thing was so heavy that, and it raised it up a little bit too, which made it a little easier, I think, because I thought it was a little bit low. And I think I figured out all the parts. These pieces that I didn't know for sure what they were fit on here with these hold downs. So you can adjust them up and down and different angles, in and out. And there was two holes in the table which I wasn't sure what were for, but they turned out to be for these, which hold the board up against the fence. So I stuck that in place. And I got this guard fixed up with the right bolt, and these were missing, so I found some wing, well, they're not really wing nuts, I don't know what they call them, thumb screws, I guess, to hold these in place. And I did find out too that this is not a 3-horse, it's a 2-horse. Those instructions that I got with it are for the next model up. So this is a 2 horsepower. Because I got looking at that and I thought that table doesn't look as big as what those measurements said. So I measured it. Sure enough, I went back on the computer and did a little research looking at some ads in old woodworking magazines. I think I found this in a 1986 issue, and it said it was a pretty sure 2 horsepower. So must be what the 2 mean. I thought it meant 2 speeds, but so I got a cutter mounted in it, one of the ones that come in it, and I'm going to give it a quick try. First wood I run through it, so I'm going to get that guard stuff out of the way. I'm going to be live on the edge and not have any safety stuff on. Okay, here we go. I'm going to give her a try. Say forward. Fence moved back just a whisker further, but wow, it did a nice job. No effort at all. A lot different than my little tabletop jobber. Even that knot, you wouldn't even know it was there. I'm a happy camper. So we got a new tool for the shop. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. See you next time.